settings in Spider Project. It's quite easy to set up print settings in Spider Project. We do have this example project schedule currently rolled up to level 2. I'm going to expand that down to activities level, or maybe even down to resource assignment level. Okay, so now we have a bit more information to play with. As a next step, I'm going to go print preview. So this is very easy. You can see that we have like 3 pages in total. I wanted maybe to increase that scale preview to 100% so I can actually see that a bit better, or maybe even more than that. And I could just use the printing scale and select the percentage, or it can even like a manual option. But I'm going to run it in a more advanced level. I'm going to go to print settings. And in these print settings, you can actually select each area, like headers and footers, logo, legend, notes, and you're primarily the data one. And be a bit more specific about your settings. So, for example, I wanted all the pages to fit to 1 page wide and 3 page tall. So, and I think that's what happened now. That's now adjusted. That's great. So as next step, I probably wanted to add a project title in here. So I'm going to add it from the option to insert tag, and you can see that you can insert some project property tags in there, as well as some specific fields. I'm going to select the project property options, and here I can select the project name. So I know I'm looking at that at this particular project schedule. For the titles, I wanted them to appear on all of the pages, but if you wanted to limit it to the first page only, you could just tick this box. And I'm happy with the alignment to the center. So if I click apply, I can see that project title is already visible there. I could add a subtitle in there as well, follow the same principle for the settings. As a next step, I wanted to actually have some reference to the page numbers, and after I've selected that, I click OK, and then I can see this is the first page from the 3 pages in total we have here. We can also play with some settings on the table part, and if we have some graphics, we could actually select these options too. For the diagram, you can see we do have this diagram here. I am actually happy with that diagram to appear on the first page only. But if you wanted some other settings, you can change that easily. As the next print setting option, I'm going to headers and footers. You can select up to 5 segments for headers and footers as well. I'm happy to select 3 segments for the footers, because I'm going to bring some important detail here from insert tag property of the project, like for example data date. I wanted to make sure I know what my data date is for this printout, and maybe as a next one I wanted to be able to understand which version of the schedule I'm looking at. So I'm just going to do the same. I'm going to select the project version from the tagging option. And I do want this information to appear on every page. Again, you could change the settings if you wanted some others. But after I click apply, you can see the data date appears on the left-hand side, and the version is actually visible on the right-hand side. As the next step, I could actually add a logo to that printout as well. I am going to maybe reflect the upper right corner, the logo. I'm going to add it from the picture I have prepared earlier. And after I click apply, yeah, so that logo appears on the right upper right corner. If I wanted it to be somewhere else, maybe on the upper left, I could actually change that easily as well. And I wanted to keep it on the first page only, that's okay. But if you want it on every page, you could select that, or don't show. And after I click apply, it will change the settings for you as well. And also, as a next item you could reflect on your printout is the legend. So for the legend, at the moment you can see we have the don't show option selected, but if I wanted for the legend to appear maybe on every page, I could go and select that and click apply. And here you can see all of the items that are coming from this table are visible in the legend. But if I think some of these items are not as important for my legend, I could just easily remove them and they would disappear from that view. So that's easy. You could also add some notes in there, which is optional, but I think this is probably ready for us to print. But if we wanted to save this layout and use it on a more regular basis, we could do that as well. So at the moment you can see I've been adjusting the blank template settings. But if I wanted to do it for my for all of my projects, or if I wanted to actually save this layout and export it and import it into another file, I could also do that too. So if I go to the main menu into the template area, under the print templates, and I could just double click that, and you can see there's a table with all of my printing layouts. And on the right hand side you can see there's a table with all of the parameters we have been just adjusting and setting up for the blank template. You can see that everything is, all of this criterion parameters is visible here. So but I wanted to create my own template, so if I go and right click and go new here, I could set up my own template. And after I've just created it, I can close it and go into my print preview. And from here, I could just go template, save as template. And from the print template list, now I can select my own template and I click OK. And now if I go back to select this option, this will be my new print layout setting. So it's quite easy to do it. I could also load it from the template if you do have one set up from another file. But otherwise, this is how you set up your printing settings for a Spider project.